Oh, what's the problem? Wow, it's hot in here. Dude.
Step away from the computer. Step away from the computer.
You probably can't hear a word I'm saying. I just realized I was muted. So, and I have a bug. So what I said basically was that we are going to wait a few minutes for people to show up. And we will start at 7:05. So what I said basically was that Testing the audio. I'm glad that's working. So when we left Tenacity June last, she was in her cell at Moon Crash, and she had had a visit from one of the guardians, Loyal, who was the guardian that had let her escape in Wilderness the day of the raid on the camp. And at first she didn't recognize him, but by the end of last part, she realized who he was. And he, of course, recognized her immediately, and which is why he let her escape, or at least that's the theory. So in this episode, we will join Tenacity back in her cell and move forward from there. Give people just one more minute before we get started. All right, let's go. This is Tenacity June, Part 7, written by me, Angel Leigh McCoy. Tenacity sat on the cell's bed. 'Twas an hour to lights out. Walls, floor, and ceiling, all white, all 3D printed, all designed for digital display. They recalled her past. From birth to age 15, she lived 'tween similar walls. Back then could change the display to beach or wilderness scene, cityscape or sky all round. No more. Newcomers like her only had one wall active and no control over what it showed. No matter the surrounding illusion was still a box. The wall presented a menu with two options: society rules and orientation files. Tenacity stared at the rules option. The wall noticed her focus, and the rules option exploded in sparks. A perfect woman appeared on screen. She recited society's rules with a contented smile. Tenacity knew them by heart, but kept her eyes locked there anyway. The display recorded her point of focus, and guardians checked that newcomers paid attention. If she still had her cherubim implanted, they'd realize she zoned out. Tenacity had problems to solve. Hope gone, Tenacity in custody. Two goals came clear: find where guardians took Hope and get there from Mooncrush. Maybe surrender was a mistake. Maybe she'd have better chance outside. Too late. Least she had Sincerity's promise, and she had Loyal. He let her escape in Wilderness. He remembered her. Tenacity crossed paths with him on and off, all through young life, from Dew Crush to Sand Crush to Frankincense Crush. Society moved children round, separated them to sever friendships and young love. Tenacity fell in love with Loyal when she was 13. They trained together in Frankincense for 1 year, longest they were kept together. In the end, Society moved him to Sword Crush, 'cause his guardian aptitudes In the end, Society moved him to... Oh my goodness. In the end, Society moved him to Sword Crush, 'cause his guardian aptitudes surfaced. Hearts broke. Years passed. The thin, round-faced boy developed into a chiseled man. No wonder it took time to recognize him. His eyes, their kindness, their sadness, that was the same. The rest, very different. Minutes 4 lights out, the display stopped reciting rules and said, 5 minutes to lights out. Tenacity undressed, folded her clothes, and got into bed. Walls and floor turned black. Ceiling came image of night sky. Stars sparkled. Society wanted newcomers to feel at home. Tenacity dreams. Wilderness. Runs, pushes through branches and brambles. Pain in guts. Root hurts. Blood between thighs. Infant swaddled tight to her body is silent. Too silent? Ahead, the underground agent leads. Must get to first station 'fore guardians come. Tenacity is dying. Will die to save hope. She pushes on. Legs grow weaker. Head dizzy. Falls to knees. Agent comes back. Helps her up. Have to keep going, he says. Almost there. Tenacity near faints. Run, just run. One foot, then the other, then the other. Underground station. Cave in mountainside. Shh, shh. Guardian trackers out, searching. Tenacity unwraps infant. Tenacity unwraps infant, enough to nurse her. Not too silent. Wave after wave of love washes over Tenacity, dulls her pain. 3 more times, run through wilderness. 3 more underground stations. 3 more agents risk their lives for tenacity and hope, until they arrive in Arcadia. At last, both alive. Time passed there, happy. Infant grew. Toddler hope lumbers and lurches around yurt. Tenacity laughs. So much laughter, so many cuddles. Parade of memories flow. Hope, 4 years old, tells a story about a rabbit who drinks dandelion tea and eats clover candy. Tenacity, June, says a warm woman's voice over the child's rambling. Life is illusion. Your illusion is yours to create. Tenacity woke. Eyes open, eyes close. Tries to dive back into memories, back into dreams. Float in them, self-soothe in them, heal in them. Life is illusion. Tenacity didn't understand, didn't know woman's voice. Did know hope was scared and confused. Did know she missed hope with heart, soul, and body. Did know had to escape. Did know wouldn't be easy. Memories had receded, replaced by worry, for hope and determination. Got out of bed and began to create her day. When escort came to take Tenacity to breakfast, Tenacity played meek and feigned confusion. The cafeteria hummed with conversations. All women wore the same uniform, knee-length tunic and wide-leg pants, gray for those tween pregnancies, green for those with child. Majority wore green. The greens laughed and talked, exuberant. The grays segregated themselves to 2 parallel excuse me. The grays segregated themselves to 2 parallel tables offside, all tween ages of 14 and 40, a somber group. They ate and, if they talked quiet. Tenacity sat with the other grays. 7 other women occupied her table. Woman named Brill was there. She acknowledged Tenacity with a nod. "Coming in 3 days," a woman said. "Next semination round." Another said, "We all get bonuses this time, so say I." Tenacity asked, "Wonder if anyone ever escaped from here?" Tenacity asked, "Wonder if anyone ever escaped from here?" A pretty woman replied, "Escape? Why, no place better." "Escape? Why, no place better." "Want to escape?" a redhead asked. "Insane, 'less you want to do street service. Ass up and begging for scraps." Uncharacteristic laughter rippled out from the gray table. A young woman put her hand on Tenacity's arm. "We're important to society. The most important." "Yeah, we get best care. And bonuses for every full term we survive. Look at Elegance." The young woman pointed out an older woman. "Gave society 44 healthy workers so far. She 38 years, wealthy and privileged." Another woman added, "Polyzygotic, lucky her." The older woman named Elegance challenged Tenacity. So, sorry about that. That was one of the people watching having some trouble. I'll pick that up where I left it. The older woman named Elegance challenged Tenacity. "How many full terms you had?" "One." "Only one? How old are you?" 20. "What wrong with you?" Tenacity shrugged. Sincerity appeared, also dressed in gray. She pushed in beside Tenacity. Sincerity appeared, also dressed in gray. She pushed in beside Tenacity and said, "Wilderness livin', that what? Unhealthy and dangerous to embryo." Many women gasped. They recoiled as if wilderness livin' were contagious. Sincerity scooted close to Tenacity and whispered, "Ready for my lesson. Let's go." "Got a cherub appointment after breakfast," Tenacity told Sincerity. "Maybe later." Sincerity shook head. "I postponed you. Can't do lessons if you linked. No appointment yet." "Aren't you linked?" "I'm trusted." "Promise to tell me where the children are?" "Promise." Sincerity stood. "'Kay. Need privacy." Tenacity got up too. "Follow 2 steps behind. Eyes down." Tenacity glanced around and saw Brill watch her leave. Tenacity glanced around and saw Brill watch her leave. And that's the end of part 7. Be sure to like and the video if you did like it. And I will see you next week for part 8. Yay! Have a good night.